Great day wherever they are. I'm going to be doing a general collective reading. At this time, I'm going to be putting a pause on answering yes or no questions due to personal reasons. So I hope you understand. Ever since I started doing yes or no questions, I've noticed that it has been taking a toll on me energetically. So I'm going to have to put them on the shelf for now until I feel like I'm at a better place to do those readings for you. So in the meantime, I'm going to be doing these general collective readings and hopefully they resonate with you. Let's get started. The first thing is I did a pre-shuffle because I brought my Love Situations Maruk X deck with me. And I'm doing okay. I'm just really tired. And I was just saying that I'm no longer I'm putting a pause on yes or no questions. Yeah, I'm putting a pause because it's too draining. It's been very draining for me. And I've been doing them every day. Mostly every day. So it's like I need to take a break from that. And I want to do a general reading, and for the most part, people have been resonating with the readings, which is good. And this is what I actually prefer doing. I prefer doing full-on readings, but since this takes time, this will cost money because I can't do this for everybody because that will be even more exhausting. So I'm doing this is right now. I did a pre-shuffle with some love cards, and I just wrote down notes for what I get from this particular message. We have hot and cold, sends mixed signals, inconsistency, inscrutable, lacks clarity, risk, taking a risk, laying cards on the table, journey into the unknown, something is brewing, a breaking point, losing emotional strength, on the verge. Then we have new love. There's someone better, a new love interest, letting go of the ex or letting go of exes. You have options here. Difficult decision, exploring possibilities, the fear of choosing wrong. And timing and new cycle came out together. So we have bad timing, waiting for the right time, patience is needed, and new beginnings, the end of a cycle, making a fresh new start. You know, and yesterday was the new moon in Pisces, and today we're in the first day of Aries season. So it's like we are currently under a new cycle, new lunar cycle, but also a new astrological new year with the start of Aries season, since Aries season is the first zodiac in the astrological new year or the astrological calendar. So, and then we also have the first day of spring. Right, so with the message that I got from this, also on the bottom of the deck, we have wedding. Seeing a future with you, taking it to the next level, they choose you. Today's the new year for Hindus, because I know today is the end of Ramadan for Muslim people. So now they're celebrating, so Eid Mubarak to those. I hope I said that correctly. Okay. What's not today? Okay, let's see. So it says, some of you may be dealing with an inconsistent person that may run hot and cold. This may be someone new that you would feel be a risk taking a chance with because you're afraid it would be a bad decision. For some of you, you will be meeting someone new and feel unsure you can have a stable long-term relationship with them. Because of past decisions. Marriage may be on the table or a matter for those in long-term relationships. All in all, something is brewing and there has been a shift that will be revealed in due time. Patience is advised. So yeah. Oh, I'm not answering any questions. No questions today. So that's what the pre-shuffle is. So some of you may be dealing with someone who hasn't really been really consistent with their actions, their efforts, even with their actions, efforts, or behaviors. So some of you may be considering what your options are. Should you consider staying with them? Should you consider moving on? If it's a long-term relationship, you may be wondering if it's one that will lead to marriage if you've been in a long-term relationship. Especially if you've been with someone for a long time and they haven't really brought up marriage or engagement or anything, not like leveling up the relationship in some way, But if this is a new person, some of you may have had some experiences in the past where you were hesitant, where you made bad decisions. You felt like you made a bad decision being with certain people, and that you're afraid that this time around you may make the same bad decision. But the only way you can really find out is to take a risk, because we did have the risk card coming out. So with you taking a risk, you're giving the person the opportunity, but you also have to remember to keep your boundaries up. To protect yourself. Also, to give it time. Don't expect something to happen very quickly. Allow the relationship to unfold if it's someone new, especially if you feel like, you're interested in them, they're interested in you, they're putting in the effort, they're taking time. And yeah, so some of you, and it could be also closing out a relationship and seeing what's out there for you, because we did have the new love card, which indicates that there may be somebody better. There's a new opportunity to meet somebody. So it's a matter of, everybody's situation is different, so you ultimately have to do what you feel is right for you. And it's funny because as I'm taking these cards out of the box, I see courage. So sometimes you have to be brave. Bravery, adventure, fatal, brilliant. So if some of you are stepping back into dating, like you want to meet somebody new, you're putting yourself out there, kind of think of it as an adventure, but one that you already know. You already have an idea of how to get around certain obstacles or side quests that you may encounter, and try to have fun with it. But there may be somebody coming forward that is a possible prospect when it comes to marriage. Someone who will be serious, who will be grounded, who will be consistent. But also it could be someone that is new to you that kind of makes you wonder, are they really into me or not? So they may be running hot and cold. They may be inconsistent in some way. So let's see that. Hi, Razia. How are you? Hi, Shara. Did I say hi to you, Pri? I'm sorry. Thank you, Pri. Okay. So let's go into the Life Happens deck. Let me see something. Let's see, what does the collective need to know? Hi, boy, mom. Okay, I don't want to read the name like that. Okay. Okay, so let's see what the collective needs to know at this time. What messages does the collective need to know? This is for the next, I think I put it for the next 48 hours. So it's like basically like the weekend energy, but this may resonate with people whenever they happen to see it, because sometimes people watch the replay a day later, a week later. So the first card that we have is cooperation, acceptance, listening, teamwork, win-win. This card looks so spiritual. It's like someone who is sitting down and they're one with the universe. They're cooperating with the universe. They're cooperating with the higher source, their higher source. So dream, desire, omen, nightmare, fantasy. Like if you're trying to manifest something, you have to be in cooperation. You have to cooperate. You have to collaborate with spirit to make a dream come true. But it could be desire. Some of you may be desiring a dynamic, a relationship where there is a lot of cooperation. There's teamwork. There's everybody's doing their part. Like there's equal give and take, equality in the relationship. Then we have purify, clean up, sweep, clean, empty, organize. So this is about, the full moon is about purification. It's about releasing. And we're in a new moon. So some of you may have already been doing this, cleansing your energy, cleansing your home. Some people do spring cleaning. So some of you may have already started this. Okay, Andy, thank you for letting me know. I'm not answering any questions, John. I'm not answering questions. In the beginning of the live, I explained why. I need to take a break from that. Okay, let's see. I think this is good right now. You know, I looked up this word aquaculture, and that has to do with irrigation. So it's about cleansing, cleaning, like when, you know, when you have a wound, if you go to the doctor and you have a cut, like a deep cut, they have to clean it out with saline solution to help with the healing. That's the same thing with purifying. So I don't know, some of you may live in the country, some of you may be visiting the countryside. I know I live in the country, USA, duh. But, I feel like it's like that. It's you cleansing. Some of you may be cleansing your aura, cleansing your energy, cleansing your home, your space. Because when you're trying to manifest at the end, you have to create space for something to come in. But also that space you're preparing, it has to be void of, you know, baggage, you know, negative things like thoughts, habits, behaviors, vices, addictions, that type of thing. That's like you have to cleanse yourself of that. Removing basically a detox in a way, right? Well, that's what purification is. So some of you may be going through a detox, and it doesn't have to be you drinking, or it has to do with substances or anything. It could just be like, maybe it could be social media detox. It could be just you just like getting rid of things that aren't working for you. It could be internal detox, like purging, you know, going through a purging process. Okay, so I want to know what this cooperation is. Acceptance, listening, teamwork, win-win. Cooperation. Tell me about cooperation. Tell me about cooperation. What is this cooperation, Spirit? Guys, what is this cooperation? Okay, Ten of Pentacles. This could be about abundance, happy home, happy life, creating a legacy. It could have to do with a family dynamic, you know, building a family or building a family. But we have Ace of Cups, which is like new love, so, or a restart in love. It could also do with self-care too. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is a water sign energy. So Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups come in with, they take action. So someone may be coming forward towards you with a love offer, but if you accept this, this is going to require cooperation for both of you in order to create some sort of legacy, a family, a strong foundation, a stable foundation together, you know. But this person could be a water sign energy, or it could just be someone who's younger than you, may have a lot of emotions, maybe romantic, charming, and caring, but has the long-term in mind. They're already thinking about the future. There may be somebody who's very strategic, making very strategic moves, someone who follows their heart, you know. Their decisions are not based solely on their logic, but also emotions, you know. So this, if this is a relationship type thing, this person is going to be someone that's going to work with you. Now, if this has to do with work, some of you may be getting an opportunity that you may be learning from. You know, it may be something that you've never done before, so it's maybe new to you, or maybe somewhat familiar, but still, you're still like new to it. And it may be something that you really care about, you're passionate about with the Ace of Cups, but it's something that's also going to bring in wealth, abundance to you. So that's what the cooperation is. So you may be invited to work with a specific team that shares a vision, has the same passion for the whatever field it is. And this job may be something that may be a dream job, but it could also be you meeting your dream person, you know. If some of you are married, you may be having a restart in your relationship. Some of you may be going back to doing things that you may have done early on in your relationship. you know, where you were having fun, and that's what's going to allow you to reestablish or strengthen the bond that you've already created, especially if you are considering having a family too, or if you already have a family. It's reestablishing your foundation, working together. It's like, this is like a very positive cooperation, you know? Just so everyone knows, I'm not answering yes or no questions. I'm going to take a break from that because, you know, it does take a toll on me since I've been doing them, answering questions for like maybe it takes my energy. So that's why I'm still showing up doing these general collective readings. So I'm hopefully they resonate with you. But at this time, I'm pausing on answering yes or no questions until I decide otherwise. So I'm taking a break for now. So I hope you understand. Okay, let's see what this dream is. Desire, omen, nightmare, fantasy. Because we know we can have good dreams and we can have bad dreams. You know? So let's find out what this dream is about. What is this dream? Some of you may be going on a dream vacation. I just thought about this. When I saw the dream and then I see the scooter, I'm just looking at the picture. It's like some of you may be traveling somewhere and it may be a dream destination, a destination that you never even considered before or you never thought would happen. It's like, you're like, oh my God, when you get there, or if you've already started planning it, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Or, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here, this place, this island, you know, or this... Somewhere there, it may be lush. It may have a lot of green. There could definitely be a beach. Not sure where that is. I mean, it doesn't look like a tropical island or anything, but it does have a beach there. And there's a lot of green. Could be Ireland too. I don't know if Ireland has beaches. I don't know. Scotland. It could be. It doesn't have to be those places, but you know. It could just be somewhere where they have a lot of nature, a lot of grass. It's green. Okay. Okay, then we have this Justice, Six of Swords, and Knight of Wands. It's interesting because I was talking about vacation and traveling and stuff. I don't know if some of you are planning a cruise or something because I see 2 boats here. So some of you may be going on a cruise. But if it's this, it's like maybe in the past you may have held it back. Maybe you've moved away from a situation because you wanted to bring justice or balance to yourself, you know, or you're trying to restore balance within yourself. It could have been you also trying to decide on where you want to go to. And it's something, but anyway, we have the Six of Swords. That's like side messages. Six of Swords, which indicates like moving away from conflict and going towards peace. Maybe moving away from someone who may have been deceptive, troublemaker, just a drama starter. We have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is always traveling. So I don't know, since I did bring up traveling, I don't know if some of you are going to places, excuse me, where you may be going to multiple different places, but they may be for short-term stays or something. I don't know if that makes sense. But because the Knight of Wands is someone who is always moving around. They say he's here for a good time, not a long time. That's why I thought about if you're traveling and we see boats, it could be a cruise, it could be a long distance that you're traveling. But it's saying here, oh my God, for real? Yes, because I'm getting that. I don't know, like, because I also got the Libra card here. So this is probably something that you took a long time considering, you know. But I think that somebody made a decision, and I say you being the collective, however it resonates with. It took a long time. You had to be like, maybe this is a vacation that you're like, I need this, or a vacation where you had to find like if you're traveling with anybody, or it could be even you reconciling with yourself, like, oh my God, I'm really going to do this. I have to be okay. You know, you have to accept this and make that final call. But it's coming from a place where you want to be sure that where you're going, you're going to be at peace. Yeah, it's definitely somewhere where there's going to be a lot of green. I know that could be like the Caribbean. That could be Alaskan cruise for all I know. Maybe, yeah, because I'm thinking about Pacific Northwest. So that's what made me think of Alaska too. Yeah. Oh, okay. See, so these messages resonate, you know. Yeah. Now I'm curious, AK, is your trip during Libra season, like in like late September, October? Because the Justice card is coming up. So why does witchcraft scare you, John? Why does witchcraft scare you? Did you do something that you worried about somebody coming after you to get you? Did you do something and you're afraid you're gonna get your justice? Answer me. Did you do something? Oh, it's in December? Okay. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. Because I see the Justice card and made me think about Libra season. So I see John's quiet, right? Because he did do something and he's afraid. He should be afraid. Be very, very afraid, John. Karma's going to get you. I gotta say this, like Tyler's tarot, he has 6. I have one right now. I want to call John a bitch right now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because I saw you said that it's later in the year, so I thought it was Libra season. I don't know why people are so ignorant, you know? Some people nowadays are emboldened to spread their ignorance. Okay, let's see what this purify is. What is this purify? Clean up, sweep, clean, empty, organize. Okay. 2 of Wands. So this is, the 2 of Wands is also the traveling card, but this is like, I don't know if somebody's planning to travel somewhere too, because I know you already made your plans, AK, but I don't know if there's anybody else that's considering. They may be still planning out where they want to go, because this is the 2 of Wands is like trying to decide which path to take, where you're going to go. Like, should I go here? Should I go there? You see the disco ball for the top is basically the globe. But this is like someone may still be in the process of deciding where they want to go or what they want to do with the purification. I don't know if someone is considering starting over somewhere new, maybe moving to another state, another city, another country, another continent. It could be something like that too. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I feel like someone could also be figuring out if they're trying to purify something, that this may be a process where they may be deciding which path to take. Should I stay? This has been coming up for a while. Should I stay or should I go? You know? Especially if you're trying to get away from a situation that has been. Hey, Cave Ranger, how are you? I'm doing okay. I'm going to tell you something that may disappoint you a little. I'm not answering yes or no questions. I'm taking a break from that. I hope you understand, because lately that's been draining me. It's been draining, you know. I hope you understand. But I hope you're doing well. Okay, so King of Pentacles came out. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh my God! This card came out for you. I'm talking to you. You saw that card fall, right? Isn't this the card that I told you? But I told you if you move to another country, if you move back to your country, this might happen. Didn't I say that to you? I remember this. The King of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah. Oh, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you, Cave Ranger. Now, I think it was the first reading I ever did for you. when we were doing the yes or no, and you were like, am I going to get a job? And I said, no, I think it's like within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks. I'm happy for you. Yay. But like we have the Two of Pentacles. So I'm so happy. Thank you for letting me know that. Hi, Diva. Hi, Diva. Hi, Hira. How are you? I'm not answering yes or no questions. I'm taking a break from that because it's energetically draining to me. It's very, very draining. I need a break. It's aging me. So the Two of Wands. I don't know if some of you, it's funny that this comes out and Cave Ranger lets me know he found a job. I don't know if some of you are considering leaving a job with the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is about someone who is focused on wealth, legacy, building a strong, stable foundation. This is someone who has money, But if you think about the Knights, the Ace of not the Ace, the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, those are people who are to make very strategic efforts, investments, take strategic action so that they could reach this point of abundance in their life. So some of you may be at this crossroads where you may be considering, and it's funny that you came by, Cave Ranger, because I just mentioned that the fact that you said that you asked if you should go back to your country, and I said yes. So some of you may be moving for a job opportunity, you know? You may be considering leaving where you are, probably because if you are working in a toxic environment and you feel like you need a change of pace, you need a change of scenery. Some of you may be even thinking about switching jobs. It doesn't even have to be about traveling. It could be you're maybe wanting to move to another job. Consider other opportunities for yourself, because wherever you are right now, and the only reason why I'm bringing up jobs is because I did bring it up earlier about the Ten of Pentacles, right? A job opportunity, a new job opportunity that aligns with you and that will bring you abundance, you know, somewhere where you may be learning something new, you know, or you may be new to it. You know, you may have some experience, but you're not fully experienced. That's what I mentioned in the cooperation card when I clarified that. Look at this. It's definitely about money, because I say the Knight of Pentacles. With this decision too, because we have here moving away, balance, justice. Maybe some of you work in the legal field, but moving away from drama, moving away from deceptive energies, right? I did mention travel, so I'm hitting all the points for everyone. But this is about being financially free, being financially stable, being abundant where you are, being in a really good place financially, even a good place within yourself, feeling grounded within yourself, you know. And I mentioned the legal field. So some of you are in the legal field with the Justice card coming in. This is also the legal card as well, the King of Swords. It could be a judge, it could be a lawyer, a court officer, but someone that is in the legal field. Someone who is honest, it has integrity. That could be you. You could be someone who's honest, has integrity, and makes clear decisions based on logic and not emotions. Okay, so you know what? It's possible, because I know a lot of people, they do, like, I know some Dominican people, they have businesses in DR and then they're here in New York working. They have stuff going on. So you already know that. They're your people. I have yet to meet a Puerto Rican person like that. That's sad. I'm not really around Puerto Ricans that much to know. But I know Puerto Rican people are very hard-working people. You know, in case anybody likes to talk shit about Puerto Rican people. We're very hard-working people. You know, it's just we will cut a bitch if you fuck with us, you know? I think most Latino people will cut somebody if they fuck with us. But yeah, like, that's something that you should definitely consider, because hey, you could be the King of Pentacles in DR and New York, you know. Okay, let me see what else comes out with the Two of Wands and the Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Purify. What else comes out for the collective? I love how that card came out right as I was talking to you. I love that. That's a really good card to get. It's like a coincidence, but I feel like you think it's a good omen. Exactly. Exactly. There are good people and there are bad people, regardless of where they're from, what language they speak, what religion they practice, education status, socioeconomic status. It doesn't matter. We're all human. And that we're either good, I don't want to say everybody, but there's duality. There are good people and there are bad people. So, it doesn't really matter. So there are some, like I said, doesn't matter what the race is, good or bad. That's it. People in America, like if you know what I'm talking about, they like to degrade people of color, Like, bitch, America will not exist without us, okay? Okay. All right, let me see what else comes out. Thank you, AK. Hi, Aaliyah. I like your picture, Aaliyah. I like AK's picture too. She's so pretty. Wear a bow, and then you're wearing I don't know, hijab is the headpiece, but I don't know what that part is, the face part. But anyway, you have beautiful profile pictures. Okay, Two of Wands, King of Pentacles, Purify. Can I get one card? One more card, please. One more card, please. Ooh. I knew it was about work. This could be about work too. Because this is Capricorn energy. I know people think Capricorn the devil. This is the devil card. But Capricorns are known to be very hardworking, very dedicated to their work. But they're very career driven, goal oriented people. Very grounded. But the detriment to that is, I don't know if some of you are moving away, because you see the King of Pentacles, and then we have, it's funny, I keep saying moving away, and it's because I see this damn scooter. And then we have a lot of things that imply moving, like boats. And then we have this bicycle, and then we have this ship that the King of Pentacles is steering. So, and this is work. Like some of you may be in toxic, in the negative sense, the devil is toxicity, right? So, and we're still clarifying the Purify card. This is indicating that some of you are moving away from toxicity, Now, it could be toxicity within a workplace, toxicity within your home, or toxicity within a relationship, or even toxicity within yourself, because we can be toxic sometimes, We have our little things that people don't like and, may trigger or hurt people and stuff that may be considered toxic that we don't realize. But toxic is a very strong word. Honestly, it is. To some point, it is. I can see, it's so tiny, the picture. Hi, Gemma. Yeah, I just see your picture, and then I see black and red. Okay, so we have countryside. This is about cleansing, purifying with aquaculture. I had to look that up. I was like, what is aquaculture? I thought that was a typo, but it's a type of irrigation, or when people are on the farm, the way I learned it, is this a way of watering, making sure that the crops are being properly watered. So instead of the farmers or the farm workers going out and watering it, is having some sort of system, kind of like sprinkler system, the way people have it on the lawn. So that's what aquaculture is. So, but that's about, when you really think about watering something, it's about, right now I'm thinking it's about you watering the things that you want to grow. Putting your heart, your soul, your emotions, your love, your passion towards things you want to see grow. It could be family, it could be your legacy, your financial legacy, your career, whatever it is. Because we do see the pentacles are represented as sunflowers, you know. So it's also watering what makes you happy, what fulfills you. Because sunflowers are, I think they're like happy flowers when you think about them, you know. But it's about washing away, cleansing yourself, purifying yourself of toxicity, whether it's within an environment or within yourself, you know. And like I said, toxicity is probably a very strong word, but it could just be things that are harmful to you in some way, you know, that aren't really helping you grow or kind of keeping you stagnant, keeping you stuck, you know, because we see here a lot of movement with like these boats. We see this bicycle, we see the scooter, and then we see the ship that the King of Pentacles is steering. So it's like some of you may be moving towards abundance, moving towards making your dream come true, and also moving towards some sort of cooperation, improvement in your relationship. If you're already married or in a relationship and you're wanting to build and grow in any of those parts that I mentioned, like love, career, and also dreams coming true, right? Okay, I like this reading. I like this, and I'm so happy it resonates with some of you. Okay, so I did the love reading, but that was like a pre-shuffle reading. I don't know if I should continue touching base with that or try to do a new reading right now. So once again, my name is Tan, T-A-N. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm a tarot and oracle card reader. And I just finished 2 readings. One was a pre-shuffle reading about love. But I feel like I want to go back into the love. You know what? I want to, because today is the first day of spring. Ooh, I forgot I had these cards. Yes. Okay. Because I was like, I don't want to do love again. But let me put these other cards back. Okay, let me put them in the top. And then we'll shuffle them. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Ooh, it's funny because I was shuffling this answer oracle deck. And look what I got in the bottom. Dating. Connections, romance, love. Okay, but I want to go into the Sassy Spirits Oracle deck and see what comes out, and then we'll work from there. So for anyone new or returning, I'm not answering yes or no questions because I need to take a break. You know, I've been answering them for probably the last 3 weeks, and I've noticed it's been draining me energetically. But I would hope to resume them, but I just need a break because I've been doing them for like 3 weeks straight. Minus the weekends when I'm not home. When I'm home. Okay, let me just get these cards ready. Funny, I look at the bottom moon. The moon card is at the bottom of the deck. That's funny. Moon is about hidden fears, hidden emotions, hidden desires. It's the subconscious. Also the duality of us as humans. The side that we show to the world and also the part of us that we hide, which is that wild, primal, uninhibited side of us. The wild side of us. So Aliyah, I hope I'm saying this right if you're still there. Eid Mubarak. I know I believe today's the last day of Ramadan. I'm assuming you're a Muslima. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Why am I here? The vibes are off because you keep inviting goblins to dinner. Okay. I don't know, some of you are like, why am I going out with these people who are ugly or sloppy and disgusting and just, ugh, not my cup of tea. Not my plate of spaghetti. Not my plate of spaghetti. Some of the cards flipped when I was shuffling. I mean, sometimes that happens. I think I told a story about when I went out with a guy and he was just, I didn't even go out with him actually. I met with him very briefly just to get a vibe. And he didn't even make any effort with his appearance. I'm surprised he didn't have a booger hanging out of his nose, you know? That was kind of gross. Okay. What else? The vibes are off because you keep inviting goblins to dinner. And you know what's funny? Because it says the dating card is right here, right? And it looks like someone's having a dinner during sunset. Okay, tell me more. Like some of you need to stop settling for less. You know, maybe some of you feel like you have no choice but to settle for less because the options are lacking, you know? But exit. You're not stuck. You're just scared and also kind of lazy. You know, this is what it makes me think. Like sometimes some people feel like they're not worthy of meeting better people. And that may be why some of you may be continuing to meet people who are like just reminders that, yeah, you deserve better, you know? But I think if you think about it, it's the universe's way of saying, like, when are you going to decide that you no longer want to engage with this? You're going to exit this phase of your life or exit this belief system or exit this cycle. And then look, don't channel messages when you're hangry. See, I think that's why I didn't go on earlier today. If you think about it, I was hungry. I had to eat. And yeah, I ate during the time I would have been live earlier today. Because I was like, I cannot read if I'm hungry like this. Okay, let's see what else comes out. But some of you also, if you're trying, don't make decisions when you're hangry, you know. Take time to reflect. And hangry, and this is though, it says hangry. Okay. Yeah, just like don't deal with the goblins, the goons and the goblins. Just don't settle for less, you know, because I don't know if this has happened where you've experienced this a lot, it could be draining. Like here, you can see the person looks drained and tired. Like some of you may be doing online dating. And maybe, like it says, 0 new messages, right? I feel like what if you're someone who is online dating and then you look at everybody that's there and you delete the messages and then you have no messages because everybody who's showing up is not what you want, you know? Oh. This card was flipped. Okay, let's see what else. I'm not answering any questions, Suvra. I'm taking a break from answering yes or no questions. Okay, my trauma, my healing. Not every shadow work session needs a public announcement. I don't know, like shadow work journal. Like, okay, some of you, I don't know who this may resonate with, but you know how some people, whenever they go through shit, they always post it. They always post it. I don't know if this is you. I'm not judging you because it happens. Sometimes you just want to purge and you want to like share and like you think it's a way of channeling the energy. Yeah, exactly. Channeling the energy. Don't post anything when you're not in the best, at your best, like energetically. Don't be posting when you're depressed or sad or when you're depressed or sad. You know, because if you are, that's a way of putting that energy out there. And this is where we attract these people, you know, because if we're putting out, oh, I'm saying, oh, you know, I need like those love posts, you know, like I need a man that's going to be honest. And, you know, like, of course, we need a man or a woman that's honest and stuff. But, you know, like this is why I dumped him or what. I don't know what kind of stupid shit people post, but like, don't make sure you're not posting anything when you're like low vibing, you know, because if you are online, that attracts those people that you're deleting their messages because you don't want to deal with them. You're like, why do these losers keep coming out of nowhere? Because they're getting your bat signal. They see your bat signal and they think that's their cue. Okay, what else does the collective need to know? Okay, nope, your bank account said no before the universe did. So some of you may need to watch out what you're spending this weekend. Be careful, don't buy anything frivolous, useless. Save money, if you can. Buy what you need, not what you want. Especially if you're running low in money. Especially if your checking account is already is teetering on being on negative, you know what I mean? So just beware of what you're spending. Okay, what else? Just because you're spiraling doesn't mean you're ascending. So sometimes sometimes we go through things, and maybe something this weekend where you may be going through something challenging, and it feels like shit is going down the drain, literally. Like now I'm seeing like the toilet flushing. I'm just seeing the toilet flushing. I don't see anything in the toilet. I just see the water going down the drain. But sometimes I call it like romanticizing spiritualism, when you're like, oh, like maybe this is a lesson, this is a test from the universe, no, there's something that you need to change, some sort of behavior that you may be called out on, or something that may be revealed to you that you do during this weekend. That's gonna be like, no, yeah, this isn't about the universe. This isn't about law of attraction. This is all me. I did this. And another thing in the bottom. That's not a sign. That's just a pigeon. Not everything is spiritual. Sometimes it's just stupidity. That may be going, like, all this could be happening around you. It doesn't have to be you. Just in case, don't get offended. But even if it is you, we have to get our shit together. Especially if you want to have good lives. Another thing is divine timing is real, but so is procrastination. So if there's anything that you need to take care of this weekend, or whenever you watch this reading, it doesn't matter. I say next 48 hours, but it could be whenever you see this reading. If there's something that you need to do, don't delay it. Okay, don't procrastinate. If there's something that you need to get started on, something that takes a little bit of time, just get started with it as much as you can. Don't distract yourself with signs and synchronicities, like, oh, it's not my time to do it, it's not the sign. No, it's divine timing. This message is coming in divine timing. Stop procrastinating. Okay. This is a sign. I am no pigeon. Okay, and if you know what pigeons, because they say some women are birds. It's a joke. Not everybody knows what that means, because I don't know. They say that in New York. I don't know if it's an East Coast thing only, but sometimes they say, oh, she's a pigeon, like she's a bird. But yeah, I'm not a bird, okay? I'm an angel on earth that's telling you to stop procrastinating. Okay. Okay. This is supposed to humble me. You're psychic, but you're not that psychic. I'm not answering any questions, Manu. I'm taking a break for answering yes or no questions. Okay, let's see what else. I think that's it for now. Okay, look at this. I had to look at the bottom. Me being nosy. Nope. Too late. You can't smudge away bad decisions. So if some of you have already done something, there's no one doing it. It's just like whatever happens. Just enjoy the ride. But it will probably be the lesson. Like I said, something might be happening that's going to be the lesson for you. You're like, oh shit, I should have never did that. I should have never posted that. I should have never said that. That type of thing. And that's where this downward spiral may be coming from, Okay. So that seems like outside of the arena of love. That's like general spirit message advice. You can't smudge away. I remember I caught myself doing that. Just, I'm being real. Like one day I made a bad decision, you know? No, I didn't know. It was somebody gave me they made me feel a certain way, so I was trying to smudge the feeling away. I'm like, no, bitch, you gotta process. You gotta process your feelings. Okay, so let's see what else we could do. So I'm gonna do a love reading. And let's see what comes out. Let's see what comes out for the collective. So thank you everybody who's watching, who's liked, who's subscribed to my channel. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to read for you. Hopefully the messages help you in some way, resonate, provide you insight and guidance at this time. As mentioned earlier, I'm not answering yes or no questions because I need to take a break from that. So what does the collective need to know? This deck has so many cards in it. Oh my gosh, I have big hands, but this is too big. These cards, the amount of cards in this oracle deck is insane. Okay, the first card we have self-delusion, not seeing reality clearly, lying to yourself, false notions about things. So I call that like gaslighting yourself. Some of you may be gaslighting yourself about something, not looking at things the way they're meant to be, or not seeing things clearly. Like it says, not seeing reality clearly, lying to yourself. Maybe rationalizing something. Since this is a love situation, sometimes we can do that, you know, like we may make excuses for someone else's behavior. You know, try to downplay it and be like, oh, maybe this is just, it's all me. Maybe I'm making a big deal out of something, you know. Let's see what else comes out. New cycle. Yeah, we're currently in a new moon cycle. New beginnings, end of a cycle, making a new start. What else? Making a fresh or new start. Jealousy, want you to themselves, attachment, fear of losing you. It has a snake in there, and I can't help to, like, I usually don't read the snake as someone who is, I don't really like to read it just solely as negative, but I feel like some of you may be dealing with someone who may not be in the best energy. You know, maybe someone that you need to watch out for. There could be somebody that may be delusional about you, thinking they can have something with you. What else? Okay, another thing that came to my mind was sometimes if you're dealing with somebody and then you have like these thoughts, these fears, and maybe even jealousy that sometimes people get jealous for something that's not really a big deal, right? But then, you know, sometimes we could create these scenarios in our mind that also incite this negative energy, you know? I was mentioning earlier toxic energy. So I think this may be about moving away from this type of energy, whether it is a person or something within you. Starting a new cycle, ending that cycle, and starting something new. But somebody may be in denial about that need to change. And it could be you or the person that may be, that may have their hooks on you or feel like they feel attached to you in some way. What else? Mixed feelings, indecisive, conflicting feelings, unsure of the relationship. Yeah, sometimes too, with the self-delusion, if you're telling yourself things, rationalizing certain people's actions or behaviors, the way they treat you, or the lack of effort, you may be like, oh, they're always busy. No, it doesn't take that long to write a text message saying, hey, I'm going to be busy today, so I just want to let you know that, and I hope you have a great day, or I hope you have a great evening, I'll talk to you tomorrow, that type of thing. It doesn't take that fucking long. So like they say, nobody's that busy. So if it's that, some people tend to over rationalize that behavior. But then it's like it may be causing some sort of inconsistency within one's feelings, or this person's behavior is causing inconsistency and causing mixed feelings, or the person may have mixed feelings. You know, earlier we had the hot and cold card. You know, that implies inconsistency. You know, it's like, I want you, but then I don't. I want you, but then I don't. I'm like that sometimes, so I know that. Yeah. But mixed feelings. So someone may be unsure about a relationship because there may be somebody who is jealous, insecure, you know, for no reason, maybe. Probably because of the things that they tell themselves, the scenarios, or the way they perceive things. They may be saying things in one lens, but not saying the truth, you know? It's like when you're driving in the rain, you know, you need the windshield wipers to help you see clearly. But then somebody's emotions may be clouding the way they perceive things. Because it made me think about water, and then it made me think about eyes, tears, crying, emotions. So someone's emotions may be is causing someone to not see a situation clearly or see things clearly. And that may cause someone else to have mixed feelings about them, or someone is having mixed feelings because of their emotions being emotional, essentially. Oh, wow, okay. Thank you, okay. Thank you. Let's see. It might be the energy. It's just the way it is. Because I truly, like, not many people believe in astrology, but I'm believing in it a lot. Because the moon I think the moon does have an effect on us. I feel like this is my tip. Whenever you feel like a little off, like if you're feeling confident, like say you're feeling confident all of a sudden, you feel like the surge of energy or motivation, just look at the moon cycle, see where the moon is, you know, because that energy from the moon and where it is in the sky, I feel like it affects us, you know. So like right now we're still in Pisces season, so we're starting a new cycle, but in Pisces season, even though it's the moon, no moon is in Pisces, right? And it's ending, but there's a 3-day period before and after the new moon, right? So we're still under the new moon energy, even though it was, I believe, the 18th and 19th, but today's the 20th. But today is Aries season. So, you know, just imagine fire and water. Oh my God, that makes sense. Ice, I said hot and cold. Hot is fire. Cold, you think of water, right? You think of ice, fire and ice. Pisces is water, but we're in Aries season. So it's like this weird energy. That's where this mixed feelings may be coming from too. Some of you may, fire and water, steam. That makes sense. Now that I'm talking about it out loud, yeah. So like the fire, like the emotions of the new moon, purging, detoxing, emotional detox, and then the Aries energy, and it being a new year. It's like, okay, this is a new cycle that we're starting, so this is time to purge. And someone may be needing to purge jealousy. Jealousy is tied to insecurity, a feeling of lack of confidence, a lack of self-esteem, or lack of having what one desires, you know, when you think about that. And since we are doing a love reading, someone may be feeling that way. You know, look at this, love offer. I wasn't finished shuffling, I just looked out. A sincere offer of love, romantic gift, expressions of love. So if someone has offered emotions to some of you or to you, take it how it resonates. Some of you may be dealing with, maybe having mixed feelings because of those, like I said, the sense of lack that you may have with the jealousy, because jealousy, that stems from lack, you know. And you may be, I don't know, some of you may be talking yourself out of it, you know. If it's something that you really want, this may be the cycle where you start to purge and get rid of those blockages, whether they're emotional, blockages. And it's funny because I stop and like, I put the cards down and look what I see. A freaking maid, clean up. It's like clean up your act. Cleaning up life, making healthy choices, cutting out the negativity. Jealousy is negative, you know? So this is you cutting off the snake's head. I'm sorry, snake. I like snakes. Sorry, snake. But it's like, cutting that off, cutting off those things that make you feel unstable emotionally, because it may not be the person. This may be coming from yourself. I don't know if some of you, like, I know I mentioned jealousy, but then I did mention lack. And then I was talking about the Goblins card. Some of you don't think you deserve better. And there may be something coming towards you that is everything that you want, that's sincere, open, honest. But then there's that delusion that you have that you may not feel worthy. And then I know this is jealousy, but like I said, this comes from lack. If you feel jealous about something, it's because it's something that you want, but you don't have, right? So yeah, that's something that needs to be cleaned up. That needs to be purged. Remember, we saw the purity card, purify. It's coming back up. You need to clean up your act, because if you're wanting to manifest love too, you don't want this getting in the way of it. You don't want to be inconsistent with yourself and inconsistent with the person, because in turn that may make the person turned off, because I think someone will lose patience with you. Because they're like, wow, I'm being honest, I'm being genuine. But it's like, why does this person not trust me? Why does this person act like I'm everybody else? Act like I'm the people that they've met before, But the other thing too that I could say is that some of you may be already doing this. You may be doing the work and cleaning up, and that's where this love offer is going to be able to come in, and that you're going to be able to accept it and not have this bullshit energy impacting you or influencing the relationship in a negative way. Oh my gosh, look at that. You can barely see. It says divine intervention. Angels are helping. Trust the divine path. Believe in miracles. I love that. I feel like that once you start to clear out your energy with the clean up card coming out, ghost your jealousy, your fears, your insecurities, a wish will come true. 11 right now. I have 11 people here with 11 likes. 11. Look at that. You know what's funny? When I saw it says phone call, but this is like your wake up call. This is your wake up call. I love this. But like some of you may be experiencing depression, prolonged grief, hopelessness. You may have lost hope. Now, if this is a person that's watching you, like this is a jealous person, like this is for people who have like the jealous person that may be watching you, the one that is deluded and thinking they could have something with you. They may be watching you, secretly stalking you, curious about you, not over you, checking your social media. I did mention that earlier, that there may be somebody who has this like thing for you that may be deluding themselves. Yeah, it may be a lustful thing, because it says revenge body, but the focus is on the body. So this person may be lustful energy, or this is something you've experienced in the past. Someone who may have watched you online, probably made some move, only wanted the nookie, but then left you like this, depressed. That could resonate with some of you. But I think this is like, maybe that was a wake up call too. Like, why am I here? Why am I repeating this cycle? Why am I keep doing this shit? That may not resonate with everybody. Ay. Okay. You and me both. Okay. I'm working on my issues. Everybody's working on their issues, right? We all got our things, especially if we want to meet somebody that's honest, genuine, loving, caring, who can match our energy and always, especially in the bedroom, because that counts too, right? In due time, right? We want that. But I feel like this, like with this realization, this is like an opportunity to like, because sometimes, we could fall off the wagon in our healing. Like we're like, yeah, we do this and that, I think I got off topic. Whenever you're feeling a certain way, check the moon cycle. You may be able to see a pattern. Like if you feel a certain way during the new moon phase, like keep track of your emotions, because then you have an idea of when if the moon has an effect on you, because they say it does. Well, somebody unliked my video. It's okay. That's okay. Let me see something. I just saw the thumbs up go down. That's okay. Because, let's see. Let's go here, here. And then let me go to this. There. Now it says 10:10. Okay. Well, now it says 10:11. In due time, yes. And that was one of the cards that came out in the beginning of the reading, the pre-shuffle reading. It was timing. Divine timing was one of the cards. It's like marriage is possible in divine time, in due time. If you haven't seen that reading later on, like go check it out. It's in the first reading I did. I didn't waste any time doing the reading. I just gave my little announcement and then just started reading. All right, let's see. And it's funny because, right, I told you the moon card was here. This has to do with subconscious fears, emotions, deep emotions, that wild and domesticated side of yourself, the side that you show to the world, and then the part that you hide, that you keep hidden in the dark, which is like your wild self. And then we have the dieting. Oh my God, dating card. I don't know, dieting. Maybe somebody's dieting. Maybe somebody's wanting to go on a diet. I said dieting. But the moon is about emotions, It's about our emotions. It's funny because I see the 10 of Pentacles underneath, and when I saw this together, this is about self-worth, It just made me think about self-worth. But let's see. I wanna go into the tarot to see what we could get for this. So I thank everyone for joining me, interacting with me on the chat, liking and considering subscribing, or thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate you. Okay. I want to clarify self-delusion. Tell me about self-delusion. Okay. Fool. Like freeing yourself. Seeing things from reality, but sometimes we could be foolish when we don't see things clearly. We could take unnecessary risks, or have taken unnecessary risks, and probably try to rationalize them or rationalize the thoughts that you have. But it's like some of you may be closing that cycle out too and starting over. Just like I mentioned, like some of us, we could be in a healing journey, and then there may be parts of that journey where we fall off the wagon and then we need to get back on. It's like you got to think about like someone who's an addict. Sometimes they relapse. So during our healing process, we may relapse. Go back to those old and familiar behaviors that we know aren't good for us, but they're in some way ingrained in us, and that we have to change. We have to change, or we have to stop. Okay, see, this is moving towards peace, calm. And remember, Six of Swords, this guy, he has that devious look, moving away from deceptive energy, moving away from deceptive people, turning your back towards deceptive people, and even turning your back towards that deceptive side of yourself. Because remember, we saw the moon card at the bottom of the deck. It's funny, I flipped and I see the Temperance. This is about balance, reconciliation with oneself. Like we do have our shadow self. you know? So it's like, yes, that shadow self is a part of us, but it shouldn't be the part that is controlling. It's supposed to be a balance. You know, we had to be okay. We have to understand and accept the shadow aspects of ourselves, the parts of us that may be jealous, the parts of us that may be delusional. But the thing is, it's like you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be clear about yourself, and you have to be aware of yourself, aware of your own behaviors, you know? Don't try to rationalize and excuse your behavior, you know? You have to understand it, and then understand what is causing the behavior, and then that's where the healing comes in, because Temperance card is about healing as well. It's that reconciliation with the duality of oneself, you know, moderating that. There are times that your shadow self is going to be useful to you, because it's either going to show you who other people are, or it's going to allow you to, in a positive way, there's a way that you can use the shadow to help you navigate certain situations. You know what I mean? Think about the 40, what's it called? The 40 Rules of Power or something like that. You know that book? I think it's Robert Greene. It's like, you got to know how to, like, everybody has a shadow self, you know? It's, some people want to demonize the bad parts of us, or like the lusty parts of us, the parts that do like the taboo and, you know, things that aren't really socially acceptable. But one thing I will never accept is PDFs. I will never accept that. There's something wrong with those people. But I digress. It's not about that. But this is about moderating your feminine and masculine aspects, you know, because we do have both of those things. We do have both. Right now, this may be a time to be in your feminine energy. And the reason why I'm saying that is because to me, it looks like a moon. You know, it says new cycle. I think it's supposed to be like a moon, but it's like, I think some of us need to be in your feminine energy, your softer energy. Even the masculine energies. It's about being kind and compassionate to yourself and allowing yourself to receive good. Don't think that you don't deserve good, because maybe in the past you made bad decisions. But the thing is, at some point, everyone has made a bad decision. But I like what somebody said, you can't judge me by the decisions I've made, because you got to look at the choices I had. Something like that. I know I butchered that saying, but you know what I mean, you know. Sometimes if you were dealing with goblins, you know, those were the choices you had. But remember, those choices may have been coming from the lack, like the part of you that didn't think that you were worthy of having better, that you deserved better. Okay. So tell me about the new cycle, new beginnings, the end of a cycle, making a fresh start, new start. Okay, 8 of Swords. Some of you may have been trapped in your mind, trapped in your thoughts, trapped in your fears, limiting yourself in some way. But that may be something that needs to close off. You know, you need to open yourself up to new possibilities, new ideas, and a new way of thinking about yourself. You know, you may be reflecting on the times that you've held yourself back. You see how she's looking down in the water at a version of herself that felt trapped. Some of you may be feeling trapped, but remember, feeling that way, thinking that way, that's all a thought, because you could free yourself from anything. Well, and as always, people who are experiencing abuse, I don't touch on that. I'm talking about people who have actual free will and are starting their healing journey, because that takes time, you know. And it could be that maybe some of you were in that type of situation where you were in those types of relationships that they were very controlling, and you thought that was the only thing that you could have, but somehow you freed yourself. And maybe that's what it is. Like you're ending that cycle of feeling trapped, or allowing people to trap you in their perceptions, because maybe they were jealous. Maybe some of you were in relationships where the person was very controlling because they were jealous. And then you may have had like some sort of what they call a Stockholm syndrome, where you've accepted the situation for what it was, and even though it was wrong, and didn't really do you favors. And some of you may have exited that situation and may now be in this new phase of your life where you have more freedom. But then you may be fighting that part of yourself where you were you got uncomfortable with feeling trapped, or you're reflecting on the fact that you were trapped and now you have more choices, that you get to make decisions for yourself, you know? So it's like some of you may be having a fresh new start, like a new, like a blank slate. If you moved away from a jealous, toxic partner who controlled you, maybe had you doubting your self-value. Okay. Because that's where the manipulation starts. They put you in your head. I feel like that's self-explanatory. Jealousy, the Tower. No, that's tied with the new cycle. Yeah. There was like a sudden shift, change, and it could have been environmentally, it could have been mentally, emotionally, a shakeup, a much needed shakeup that woke you up from whatever delusion you may have been under. You know, like, I know I like the Knight of Cups, but this card I don't really like so much, and it's more because he looks like he's playing games. That's why he's usually the Knight of Cups is on a horse. He's like your knight in shining armor, all that. But like here, looks like he's playing games. Like, so I don't know, you met somebody, they could have been a water sign energy, or could have been somebody who presented as a water sign energy, who was very manipulative, you know, who always was one step ahead of you, always very strategic with the words they said and the actions that they took. And you may have freed yourself from them. Maybe you checkmated that person. You were like, checkmate, motherfucker. You know, and then that may have been the Tower moment for that person that was trying to control you if you were in that type of situation. You know, and it's funny you saying that, AK, because sometimes, like, I just went on that DV thought, and DV doesn't necessarily mean that person is physically harming you. They could be mentally, emotionally abusing you, and they could also be financially abusing you, putting you in a place where you're completely dependent on them for your care. Oh my gosh. Because this card, like, yeah, he's so cute and everything, right? And I hate that they put him like he's a player. Like, what could he be a black guy on a white horse or a black horse or whatever horse? Why he got to be playing games? So they kind of give this, but you know what makes sense? Because the Knight of Cups, any of the Knights, they could be manipulative in their own way. You know, they could have but with the Tower, this person's not going to, this person's going to be shocked that you're starting a new cycle and their ass isn't part of it. So tell me about jealousy. Want you to themselves, attachment, fear of losing you. Because this jealousy could be either way. Because some people, like, I know I could be jealous, you know. But it could be it could go both ways. Resonate with somebody may be watching they may be the jealous type. I always put that in there because if I say, oh, you may be jealous, some people be like, but I mentioned that about myself because I'm like saying, it's okay. I admit that about myself too. Sometimes I get jealous. So it's not a bad thing. No, what makes it bad is if you're being deceptive, manipulative, and controlling, and that's what makes it bad, you know? So that's why I when I say something like that, I insert myself in it to say it's not a big deal. You know, what makes it a big deal is how your actions, you know, do you let your jealousy get you to this place where you're like a slithering? You know what I mean? I like snakes though. I like what they represent in the positive sense. Healing, expansion, growth. Remember, snakes have the toxin, but they also have the antidote. You know, their venom has the toxins, but it also has the antidote. Okay, so tell me about jealousy. I know I keep pausing, but there's a reason. Okay, card, jealousy. Oh my God, the Lovers. It says, want you to themselves. I mean, we could look at jealousy, like I said, it could be negative or positive, right? Sometimes it could be like a healthy jealousy where they do want you, they don't want anybody else to have you, but not in the way like, I'm gonna control you, I'm gonna put you in a dungeon, I'm gonna tie your ass down, you know, like that type of thing. But it's more like, I want you to myself. I don't, you know, like I don't want to share you. I want you to just be mine. And the romantic sense, not like I'm gonna trap you and you're gonna end up in Dateline, not that type of thing, okay? Just to clarify, you know, so this person may, I want to say they only see you. If this is, like we mentioned, the new love offer, when we're going through the center of the Oracle deck, this could be somebody that just wants you. This could have been somebody that, you know, may have been a controlling lover. But I did mention the Temperance card. And I was learning, I saw something new today about the Lovers card. The Lovers is about it's the Gemini card, right? I don't know, some of you have Gemini. This is Sagittarius here. Full is Aries and Aquarius. But we have Temperance here with fire sign energy and Gemini. This is about duality, you know, duality within us, the good, the bad, the shadow, the light, the feminine and the masculine. This is about reconciliation of oneself, but this could be a reconciliation between a relationship too, if it was a healthy one, you know, where the jealousy wasn't like a toxic jealousy, you know. But if it is that, some of you may have been dealing with a toxic lover. But the way that Lovers card is like, these two people are looking at each other lovingly. So that's what made me think that the jealousy could be a positive, not positive, healthy type of jealousy, not where you're like, and you end up in Dateline, you know, that type of thing. Page of Wands. Yeah, this person, ooh. You know what? This just came to my mind. This could be a side message. It's not for everybody. Sometimes you could meet somebody, because now we know snake is one of the... Snakes are one of the zodiac signs in the Chinese zodiac, in the Chinese astrology, right? Snakes, somebody could be the year of the snake. So that'll be 1989, 1977, 1965... Wait, let me see. I gotta do a calculator, because what's the most recent? Because I have different age groups here. So we're in 1989. 1989. Oh my God, plus 12. Because every 12 years. 2001. So 2001, 1989, 1977, and 1965. Or even 1953. Those are years. Because I don't know how old, you know. But those may be somebody's birth years, you know. So, let's see. But we have the Page of Wands here. Somebody younger, fire sign energy. This could be the new love. This person, you know what's so weird? This is what I wanted to say. Some of you may have experienced a lot of bad relationships in the past where you've probably felt like you weren't worth it because you kept meeting these goblin energies, right? But then some of you may be entering a new phase, and then I mentioned snakes are healing. So some of you may be meeting somebody that may be healing to you. So I'm not looking at what the card is. It says alone, I'm looking at the image. Some of you may be meeting somebody who is gonna start a new cycle with you, or cause you to have a new cycle where you're moving away from the self-delusion, you know. And you may have mixed feelings about this person, because this person may trigger you, but they may trigger healing within you, you know. And that's what this Lovers card may be coming in too. Because if you see this is so positive, this is loving. You see the way they look so dedicated to each other. The Lovers is a choice, you know. It's about making a decision. Choosing someone, choosing love, right? Not everybody like this. I like to read in different scenarios, because, you know, we're different timelines. We have different experiences and stuff. So this person could be a younger fire sign, and we are in Aries season. So, and then we have the Fool, new cycle, starting from scratch, a blank slate, right? Moving away from the self-delusion, right? So this person may be very attracted to you. Like I said, maybe younger than you, maybe maybe energetic and curious, you know? This card, Nine of Swords with the Moon. Yeah, but this, like, the subconscious fears are getting in the way. It could be past situations where you may have been dealing with jealous people, toxic people, and that's what's causing, like, some sort of anxiety. It could be the person that's attached to you, the one that wants you to themselves, but not in the healthy way. That may be how they're feeling deep down inside, or once everything is revealed, that you're no longer engaging with them and that you're starting something new. But the Nine of Swords is someone who's anxious. Maybe, you know, if you are meeting somebody, you know, this may trigger a lot of anxiety, a lot of emotions, triggers to the wazoo, triggers that you didn't even know you had. And I'm reading jealousy as a healing energy. This could be a karmic, but karmics don't necessarily have to be bad. They could be loving, they could be caring, they could teach you. They can help you with expansion, growth, learning. You're learning about yourself, still learning about yourself. And it could be like a soulmate too. See, a new beginning. It's definitely someone new. I feel like it may be somebody new that may be healing, triggering healing within you, or after you've already healed, you may be manifesting this too. Because like I said, I'm surprised the Magician card, because I mentioned Gemini. Gemini is the Magician card as well. Okay, tell me about this mixed feelings. Queen of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, didn't I talk about lack, feeling not good enough? You know, it's like seeing things clearly. Maybe some of you, the thing is, it's like you're not seeing how your insecurities are clouding your judgment. You know, the Queen of Swords is somebody who has a clear vision, who sees things, sees the facts. She appreciates truths. She has integrity. She's honest. But it's about making that decision to either cut off this negative self-limiting belief that you're not good enough, which is causing the mixed feelings, and looking at things from a logical standpoint too, you know, because if your feelings are not, if you're having mixed feelings about something, either it's not for you, or there may be something that's causing you to feel uncertainty, you know, unsure. But then it's a matter of you taking the time to heal and to reflect, to dissect, and not to the point where you are in the Eight of Swords, but more to like look at things from a logical standpoint to gain a better understanding. It's like when somebody deconstructs something, like you know, like when you have to clean your fan, you know, you have to take all the parts of, you have to, you know, disassemble it, you know, take it apart in order to get to all the nooks and crannies to make sure you clean it and then put it back together. So that's the type of dissection I'm talking about, where you're looking at things and understanding, where are these mixed feelings coming from? Are they coming from my limiting thoughts? Or is it because I don't want this relationship? You know? And then the Two of Wands came out again. It's about being at a crossroads about where you want to go. You know, and this could be like the mixed emotions, you like the hot and cold. And you know, there's something that needs to change with the Wheel of Fortune showing up at the split. It's something that needs to change. If you're willing to do the work, you're going to make the change, and you're going to see things turn in your favor, because this card is in the upright. So some of you already know this, and some of you may have already done this. Some of you may be in the process of doing this. You know? I'm not answering any yes or no questions today. I'm taking a break from those. I'm sorry, Noreen. So no yes or no questions. I feel like I'm giving you advice along the way with this reading. But with the you can't smudge away bad decisions being at the bottom of the deck of the Sassy Spirits cards, my thinking is this is also you taking accountability for the choices you made and coming to terms with them. Don't lie to yourself about them. Don't try to minimize them. Accept the choices that you've made and turn over a new leaf. Accept and oh my gosh, accept and heal. Accept and heal. No, yes or no questions. I'm not answering yes or no questions. I'm not answering any yes or no questions. I mentioned that in the beginning of the reading, and I keep mentioning I'm taking a break from answering yes or no questions. See something new, growth, expansion. See, in the beginning, this is possible. Someone that may make you an empress. Someone that's going to take care of you and you're going to take care of them. Someone who's going to be loving, caring, tender with you. Who's going to teach, teach, accompany, assist, support. Like, I feel like this is what the new person is going to be like. You know, this person could be a Taurus or a Libra. I know it's a feminine energy, but those are the signs that are associated with it. It could be somebody that's just very cuddly, caring, loving, you know, who just wants the best for you. That just came out, wants the best for you. So, yeah, I love this reading, but it's like, it's a matter of you believing you deserve better. Better than what you've experienced, and making the necessary changes you need in order to be accepting of something new that will make you happy, that will fulfill you, and take you to places that you've never been to. You know, and it doesn't have to be actual places. It's more like a different place of being. You know what I mean? Like a different way of seeing things, a different perspective. I'm not answering any yes or no questions. No yes or no questions. No, 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 no. Okay. Let's see. All right. Okay, let's see. I want to do another reading. I want to do a moonology reading because I have my moonology deck. Oh my God, I know it's annoying. I feel like I know they're not going to be happy, but the thing is, I have to do what's right for me. And the people who understand, they will support me. The ones that leave, they're selfish. I'm going to say it like that. Like, if you unsubscribe to me because I'm saying I don't want to do yes or no questions because I need to take a break, then you already know you're a selfish person. Anyone who puts a thumbs down on a video, you're negative. You're a negative person. You know, you put out negativity. I have to say that's something I've been wanting to say for a long time too, you know. And ever since I started doing, like, when I used to do beauty videos, people would, like, I don't understand how people could thumbs down a video. Like, yes, you don't, like, this is the thing. If you don't like a video, fine. But that doesn't mean you have to give it a thumbs down. Because to me, what that says about a person who thumbs down a video is that you're the type of person who gives energy to negativity. And anybody like that, I don't want them on my channel. You know, so if someone unsubscribes to my channel because I say I need a break from answering yes or no questions, then I don't want you in my channel anyway. I know I'm pretty early on with my channel and the growth that I've seen, but it's about boundaries and it's about respect, you know. And sometimes it's like when people ask you to do something and you're tired and you're like letting them know I'm tired, but they still expect you to do something, it's like they're showing that they don't give a fuck about you and they're only thinking about themselves. And this is a life lesson, you know. So if anybody takes the time to give a video a thumbs down. I don't care who you're giving a thumbs down to. If you're giving it to me, you're giving it to your sister, you're giving it to your mother, you're giving it to God, you're giving it to the stranger, whoever you're giving it to, you're the type of person that puts energy towards negativity. And that's the type of person I do not want on my channel. You know what I mean? So that's a thought that I've always had, a belief I've always had, and I'm so happy now that I'm getting the opportunity to share that, you know? Because if you don't like something, just move on. Swipe up, click on a different video, but don't like put out negative energy. Because remember, you put out that energy, that's energy. Regardless, I could take that and just use it as fuel. You know, you're giving me energy, you're giving me power. So it's like you invested in me. And I could take that and run with it, you know? It's like for every person that unsubscribes, I end up getting more subscribers. So it's like that person is just a drop in the bucket to what I end up getting in the end. You know what I mean? So remember, thumbs downing a video says a lot about you, you know? I had to go on that. I know it's too early in my channels, but you know, I'm a human, you know? So when someone says they're tired, let them rest. Let them take a break, you know? Remember, like, and a lot of readers say this is free readings. These are free readings, you know? And doing that, like yes or no, that was free. People charge for that, you know? But then some people don't appreciate that. They feel entitled. And I'm not saying that to anybody who has asked questions, but I'm saying that to the person who unsubscribed and the person that gave me the thumbs down. You know? I may have triggered somebody. Okay. Wait, I thought I saw... Wait, I wonder if I got a tarot card in because I saw gold for some reason. Okay, I want to do a monology message reading. So that's like an advice reading. And then I could clarify with tarot too. So I appreciate everybody who's still with me during my rant, after my rant, because if you're still here, you probably resonated with that. Thank you, AK. Hey, Dana, just so you know, I'm not answering any yes or no questions. So save your energy, type in a question that I'm not going to answer, okay? Okay, the first card that we have is last quarter moon in Capricorn. Leave the past behind. Leave the past behind. Thank you, Dana. Because I had people asking, and I already said, and then after I say it, more people ask questions. I'm like, wait a minute, I just said no. First quarter moon in Scorpio. Release your blocks. So this is like the purging, the start of purging, or purging. Remember, the Purify card came out earlier today. Early in the reading, sorry. Leave the past behind, release your blocks. Sometimes the past can be a blockage, you know, and trust all will be well. I love that. The new moon in Virgo, I believe that's going to be in September. The first quarter moon is Scorpio. We're new moon in Pisces. The first quarter moon. I don't know when we're going to be in the first quarter moon. First quarter moon. And the full moon, find the balance. This card came out in the reading yesterday. It came out twice. I was shuffling and it just fell on the table by mistake. And then I put it back in and I reshuffled the deck and it came out. So full moon in Libra. I posted in my posts tab section that the full moon in Libra is going to be on, I believe I said it was October. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Full moon. That's an attractive thumbnail. Let me see. Let me go back to this because I wrote it. I put it in my post section. View channel, posts. Okay, so the full moon in Libra, it's going to be in April. Let me see. Where did I put it? Please bear with me. Okay, full moon in Libra is going to be April 1st, April Fool's Day. April Fool's Day. That's interesting. New moon in Cancer, relax, relax. The new moon in Cancer, I believe that's in July. So leave the past behind. Release your blocks. Some of the blockages may be coming on for past experiences, past hurts, past triggers, past pains. And it's time to leave all that behind. Let go what isn't serving you. Because remember, Scorpio is a sign of transformation. And part of a transformation process is shedding what no longer serves you. And we did see the jealousy card that had the snake on it. So it's like shedding this skin that you no longer fit in, no longer resonates with you, and leaving that behind. The memories, the pain, the attachments, you know, detaching from the past. And as you go through this process, things will be, it may be challenging, it may be emotional, it may be hard, you know, like to do, but trust that everything is going to work out the way it's meant to, you know. And if you think about Virgo, they consider that like the virgin sign. And if we look at it from that perspective, virgin, blank slate, clean, pure, you know, the puritanical virgins are clean and pure. So it's like entering virgin land, a new landscape, but this is with your life, you know, and it's a matter of finding balance during the process. So what's interesting is that we have the last quarter moon, right? And then the first quarter moon. When you put these moons together, they create I don't want to bend my cards, but it's like they're one half of each other. So it's like the full moon. So there may be something going on, like the full moon in Libra. There's something that's going to be, like I mentioned in my post, and I didn't know the Libra card was going to come out. Something around April 1st may be significant, you know. There may be something happening around April 1st besides the full moon in Libra, which is the pink moon. Yeah, that's something that's going to be coming out around that time. But it's like in this meantime, as you're going through this purging process, like it's going to be challenging. It's going to be emotional, but don't try your best. I can't tell you what to do, but oh my God, pick that card up. Try your best to remain grounded and centered. Remember the Temperance card came out? That's about being mentally and emotionally balanced, right? With the full moon in Libra, find that balance within yourself, right? You see the scales too in there? The person holding the scales is be balanced within yourself. Being balanced as you overcome those obstacles, those challenges. You see they're standing on that mountain? So you're going to overcome something. You're going to overcome it. You just have to believe it. You have to give yourself the time, the grace, and patience, you know, to allow yourself to go through the process. But I think that you're going to be seeing something, either within yourself or externally in your environment, that's going to be different. That's going to be, oh my God, my nose is tickling. Around that time, you're going to be seeing something. April 1st. Okay, and then relax, you know. Cancer is an emotional sign, the moody sign. I would say like balance your emotions. This is definitely about balancing your emotions because the Cancer sign can be moody. You know, the Cancer is ruled by the moon, right? Oh my God, my nose is tickling me. You make me crazy. I'm channeling right now. Oh my gosh. So your emotions are so like you may be going through these dips and dives with your emotion. Some of you may even feel like you're maybe bipolar, and some of you may even have that, and that's okay. You know, like when I think about diagnosis, is they're supposed to teach you or tell you what you need to work on within yourself. And if you think about being bipolar, someone who has BPD, they have to, I don't know if they call it BPD or BD, I'm not sure, but it's like they had to find that balance because they could go to extremes. So some of you definitely like don't allow yourself to get to extremes. Try to remain as grounded as you can, you know, and that it's easier said than done. Trust me, I'm not expecting you to perform miracles, you know. If you can, that's awesome, you know. I believe you can. But remember, if you believe you can, then you can. But it also is going to take effort on your part, right? But then it says keep your heart open. Keep your heart open. Don't close yourself off, you know? Because when we get to these places where our emotions want to take over, the immediate thing that we think that's going to help us is to close our heart. But I feel like this is the moment where you have to like ride the waves of your emotions. It's like going down the river. Don't resist it, but try to be as calm as you can. Like I said, resist, you know, meaning fight it. Try to close yourself off. No, you need these emotions. Your emotions are teachers. They teach you. They teach you about yourself. You know, they teach you what you like, what you don't like, what you love, what you appreciate, what you care for, what you don't. You know, their emotions are your teachers. They're not your masters. So you don't let your emotions master you. You need to master your emotions, you know. But also, you can only do that if you keep your heart open, you know. You have to allow yourself to feel whatever it is you're feeling, but also take the time to understand where those feelings are coming from. What is triggering those feelings you're experiencing? Because that's what's just going to allow you to know where you need to ground yourself and how to ground yourself, you know. But it's important to keep your heart open. But also, I might have to mention this because I just saw it. It says, speak your world into being. So be careful with the words that you're saying to yourself. If you could speak your world into being, what words would you use? What do you envision your life being? Those are the words that should be in your thoughts and the words that you speak, you know, because words are our wand. Our thoughts create our reality. They're what tell us what we focus on. If you're thinking negative thoughts, then you're only going to be focused on negative things. If you're having positive thoughts, and I'm not talking about toxic positivity, because you can still be optimistic but realistic, you know. Focus on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. Talk about what you want. Well, you know, sometimes you don't want to talk about with certain people because they, you know, the jealous energies, and they might, you know, they try to interfere with you, block you in some way. But this is like, I'm talking to yourself. Talk about what you want to yourself. You know, speak the world that you want for yourself into existence. You also have to think the world that you want. Think about the world you want to manifest in your existence. Because remember, I said your words are your wands, but your thoughts create your reality too. You know, I didn't create that quote, but I don't know who it was. It was some philosopher, and it's true, you know. So it's like moving away the blockages that you have, leaving the past behind, especially if the past is something that continues to follow you. Like, what's the worst thing that can follow somebody? The most annoying thing that can follow you. Even though you're trying to run away from it, it's like, it's still there, you know? Leave your past behind. Detach from the past. Thank you, AK. Thank you. Detach from the past and trust that all will be well. The past has already served its purpose in your life. It already has served its purpose, and it has no place in the present, and it has no place in the future. So you have to also stay present in the moment, because I know when we go back to the past, that could cause us to become imbalanced. And if we start thinking about the future, the same thing, because the future is unwritten, the past can't be changed. But this moment right now is where you need to be present and you need to appreciate. Okay. I think I'm done. AK, I don't think they know how to read. I'm sorry. I'm not answering questions. AK, put in the comments or the chat that I'm not answering yes or no questions. I need a break. I think maybe next time I'll put that in the title. But then they'll probably not see the word no, and then we'll just see yes or no questions. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, no. It's true. Because you just put it in the chat. They're like, I don't care what the chat says. I want to know. So I want to read the full moon in Libra card because right now we're in the full moon in Libra is going to be April 1st, right? And it's funny because after that, we're going to have the new moon in Pisces. I'm sorry, Ishara. I need to take a break from answering yes or no questions because they're very draining, and I've been doing that for 3 weeks, about 3 weeks straight, minus the weekend. But yeah, I need a break from that. So that's why I'm doing a general reading, and soon this reading is going to be ending. So I want to read this message because, you know, we're in the last, basically the last 2 weeks of March before April 1st begins. And I feel like April 1st comes, and then we're going to be having the full moon in Libra. So, and it says find a balance. So I feel like it doesn't hurt to ask or to read what message it has here. It says focus. Let me read. Reset. Focusing on your own wants and needs is understandable. We all need to look after ourselves. However, this card suggests that you need to find a balance between what you need and what someone else needs. Walk a mile in their shoes. Once you understand where they're coming from and why, you can take action. If you've been through a worrying time, including regarding your health, this card reminds you to find the right people for help. Make up your own mind about your situation rather than being too influenced by others. And it says manifesting balance. Find the balance between your own needs and what you do for others, right? Manifesting mindset. Remember that we're all co-creating. So getting other people on your side by being understanding is a win-win. A manifesting ritual for opening the heart, because we did see the open the heart card, right? Keep your heart open. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I'm going to show both cards. Keep your heart open. This is the first quarter moon in Libra. Add jasmine essential oil to your diffuser. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes and call in Lakshmi, the magnificent Hindu goddess associated with love, abundance, and beauty, among other things. Ask Lakshmi to open your heart and fill you with love and kindness and gratitude. And the affirmation is, there is love all around me. I am lovable. So remember earlier I was saying some of you may have felt like you were. No, I'm not doing, this is a general collective reading. This is a reading for everybody. So it will resonate with some people and it may not resonate with everybody. So this is for everybody that wants to listen to it. I think the title says that this is a collective reading. I think I put that in the title, a general collective reading. The best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Libra on Friday. Today's Friday. Or during Venus hour. Today's Friday. It's Venus's day, but it's not. The moon is in Libra. But yeah, that's it. That's the message. There is love all around me. I am lovable. So like I mentioned in the beginning, some of you may have felt like you were unworthy and that's why you kept meeting these goblins. When you know your worth and you know that you are lovable, that you deserve to be loved and cared about, and you keep your heart open and not close it off because of past experiences, know that everything is going to be well. Trust all will be well for you. So yeah. So I think I'm going to end the reading there. I hope it resonated with some of you or all of you in some way. If you like, you can consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And for those who are returning, I really appreciate you allowing me to read for you and being patient with me with taking a break with answering the yes or no questions, because I didn't realize how draining it is, and it has been draining. So I appreciate all of you for sticking around, for interacting with me, and giving the video a thumbs up or the reading a thumbs up. I hope all of you have a great weekend ahead, and hopefully I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. I don't know when. So I want to say goodbye to everybody who's still in the chat. Have a good evening. Thank you so much, AK. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Ishara. Let me see who else is here. Okay. Thank you. Oh, they won't. Thank you, Manu. You didn't delete your message. Hey, Star Love. I'm sorry I missed your message. I hope you're having a good day and have a great weekend. Suvra, Aliyah, Gemma, Good Luck, Cave Ranger, Diva, Hera. Let's see who else. John, the person afraid of witches. What the hell? Let's delete that message. Remove. Okay, and then Tamana, Nade. All right. Thank you so much for joining. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend ahead. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.